Well, taking a look at our Friday, you can see we had that wall-to-wall sunshine, and temperatures not too bad either, only getting up into those mid-50s for most of us across the areas. You can see just a little bit of that upper level cloud cover trying to push in some of those cirrus clouds going into this 5 p.m. hour, but overall, temperatures pretty nice, finally starting to come down just a little bit from those daytime highs. Around 56 degrees or 55 here in San Angelo, same for Sterling City and the northern cities, Ballinger and Robert Lee at that 56-degree mark. Down towards I-10, seeing that warm spot at Junction right now for the 57-degree mark, as well as Menard, so about 5 degrees or so across the entire Concho Valley when you look at El Dorado coming in at 52 degrees. But those dew points, there's about a good 40-degree difference from the dew point temperatures to the actual temperatures, looking around the 10 to maybe upwards of 20 degrees for those dew points versus that 50s is what we're seeing. So those relative humidity indices very dry right now, from about 10% to just maxing out at 20% there right now. We're going to want to see those on the rise, and that's exactly what we'll start to see going into the days ahead with that sustained southerly flow. Upper level pattern, we're really watching this trough that's off to the west, this cutoff low that's going to set up. Really going to be looking at those Santa Ana winds for California once again, but look at this, by the time we're into the middle of next week, really set up overhead with some of that upper level energy working right overhead for the Concho Valley. Going to be tapping in for some of that Pacific moisture, and as it works even closer, then we'll start to tap in for some of that Gulf of Mexico moisture as well. So plenty of moisture looks to be on the way for the Concho Valley next week. Still, things could change with the forecast just a little bit for exactly how much is going to be coming down in terms of precipitation totals, but in terms of rain chances, definitely looking like they're on the rise for the at least back half of next week. When we're looking at that national satellite, you can see most of the snow was off towards the Rocky Mountains, and when we zoom into Texas for you, pretty much the entire Lone Star State is dealing with those clear skies. Just here's where we're starting to see some of those cirrus clouds pushing in from New Mexico to some of our western counties, but overall for the state sitting with plenty of clear skies, and those temperatures following the same trend as well, going to be warming up even more into tomorrow. Futurecast is going to show you the increase in cloud cover that's on the way, at least for some of the northern portions of the state, as well as us going into tomorrow. Here's your Saturday for you. Looking like those clouds are on the increase by the afternoon. That trend is going to continue into the overnight hours with some of that southerly flow. You can see it wants to pick up just a little bit of isolated shower development. I'm not too sold that this is going to be coming around, but you could still have that umbrella available for Sunday just in case. The better moisture starts to work in really Monday to Tuesday, where we could start to see some of those darker greens pushing into the Concho Valley. That's where I start to think those rain chances actually start to become maybe more so that something you want to be worrying about throughout your daily activities. Going into tonight, of course, still looking pretty cool, not quite freezing, but around getting close to it. About that 35-degree mark is what I'm calling for here in San Angelo. Breezy, though, out of the south-southwest, 10 to 20 miles an hour. That holds pretty steady into tomorrow. We'll see those clouds on the increase. I'd say take advantage of it, though, because it's going to be up to 66 degrees, and we're going to see that pretty good difference going from tomorrow into Sunday as we're going through your weekend. We see that cold front pushing in, dropping us from the 60s, and then topping out at about 49 degrees there for your Sunday, so a little bit chillier. But then overall for the next week, pretty mild temperatures, but here's those rain chances on the rise by Wednesday to that 30% mark, and then the bulk of it looks to come in on Thursday with those temperatures to follow the same trend from the 60s back down to the 50s. That's going to be all for your 7-day forecast, but stick around for more KSAN News right after this.